Is there anybody
Well, hello, you beautiful people, and welcome to another episode of the Dad Hack Chronicles. Listen, this one a little bit different. So Val and I, what we wanted to do is we wanted to bring you guys into our world for a little bit, right? Like we wanted to show you and talk to you guys about the equipment that we're using, the recording apps that we use on our phones and our laptops and things like that. Some of the social media apps that we particularly like and that she likes. We go into all of that as well as some other practices and things like that, right? Listen, by no means you have to follow this, but I think it's a good look as to if you're trying to get into creating content as to some of the things that we look at. Some of the things that I will put on the comments is some of the things that I use. It has an Amazon link and all that, and then that way you'll be able to get it from tripods to microphones to whatever it is that you are thinking about. We go into a little bit about that, so hopefully you guys like it. Give us a follow, and then without further ado, I'll give you the episode. All right, and welcome everybody to another episode of the Dad Eye Chronicles podcast. My name is Ed, also known as the Deadhead. With me, as always, my co-host, my friend, Stadium Food Girl Val. What's going on, girl?
Hi, everything is good. I am so happy to be here. I just got back from WrestleMania not too long ago. That was life changing, and I'm still on cloud nine. It's Monday Night Raw tonight. Almost all of a sudden, I'm like wrestling girl. So follow me for more WWE content or whatever. No, I'm joking.
I mean, I
But
did see you like put some content about wrestling and some of the stuff that you got there, so that was pretty cool.
yeah, it was fun, but like I've only been watching it for a week straight, so
Now you're just now getting into WrestleMania
yeah.
and wrestling.
I mean, I know like the older guys like Eddie Guerrero, R.I.P., CM Punk, the Uso brothers, the Total Divas, like um those girls, Eva Marie. Gosh, I could name a few of them, but yeah, I know those, but I never really watched it.
I couldn't get into it. I'll be honest, I just couldn't do it. I still
It's
can't. I don't know
funny.
why.
It's funny because like I'm super into UFC, which is not scripted, and that blood is 100% real. So to go from that to
Super scripted,
no blood,
no blood.
yeah.
But it's very physically demanding. So
hmm
also did not expect this podcast to start the way that we are starting right now. We're talking about this wrestling.
WWE.
Right. So this is gonna be a bit of a different episode for us. And the reason for that, you and me were talking earlier. And we've both been having this conversation for a while now on like on gear, right? Like on what gear do we do for vlogging, and when we go to the parks, what do we take and things like that? Because right now you can't take too much, right? You got to take certain things, and you're restricted on what you can take with you when you are at the ballpark. Especially my Major League Baseball, but like minor league baseball, you get a little bit of a leeway depending on the connections you got. But for the most part, it's like it's as straight as it comes. So we're gonna talk about all of that today.
Yeah. We'll call this the No Gatekeep episode.
You know what? I appreciate that. The no gatekeep. I like it. I like that because
Because in today's world, I feel like everyone gatekeeps what makes them successful. So we're
I'm
about to
all
hit it
about
out.
sharing what I use. I'm all about that.
Yeah. We're about to share these tips for free. So
Have at it. All right. So grab your notebook, grab your pencils. We're about to go to school on vlogging, pretty much, right? Like,
on
uh,
content creation.
yeah, pretty much, right? Content creation. I mean, I gotta say this, like, at the time of this recording, right? I just got done coming from watching a bunch of Sandlot games. It was called the Sandlot Revival here in North Carolina at the old Durham ballpark, right? And by the way, Carolina Sandlot Collective, they put on a show. I mean, it was amazing. Okay, and I took some gear with me, like I had to just so I can take some videos, some photos, and things like that. I bought some hats, 4 of them. You know, I spent some money. I did. But it was cool though, right? So it was a good event. But it was cool for me to have like my gear, my bag, and all that at that. And I'm sure you do the same thing too when you're about to go to like your various events.
Yeah. Yeah. On that note, you went to a game that I feel like could have created some of the best content
Oh
ever,
yeah, what's
because I
that?
saw a bunch of videos viral and I'm like, I know I'd better have recorded something and better have posted it
Oh, from
soon.
Cosmic Baseball,
Yeah.
girl. I'm telling you, that was one of the most fun events I've been at a
What,
ballpark.
what time is first pitch? Like 10 p.m.?
So no, no, no. So that's not that. That's the thing. It starts as a regular baseball game, right? It was started at I think it's like around 6:30, 7 o'clock, right? And then what they did is, as it got darker, they was like, all right, there's gonna be an intermission, right? The players are gonna take a break and all that, and then as soon as it get dark, like they did a countdown, and then the lights went black.
Oh
So they shut off the
my
lights
God.
and then turned on these black lights that they were all over the stadium.
Imagine that in Vegas. Oh, I need to see that. I need to check out that schedule.
So I'm telling you, it was awesome because then they came out in their glow in the dark jerseys and uniforms, and then people in the stands were wearing the same things. Like they were wearing different kinds of glow in the dark, like black light gear, and it was awesome. Also, the
I,
music, top notch.
I think the coolest part was the home plate had the dust, the green dust,
Yep.
because you couldn't see home plate at with the lights
But
off.
and they changed the rest of the bases different colors.
That's so
So
cool.
so it was a yellow, pink, and orange.
That is so cool. That is got to be a very cool way to make like spot to make content. That
It
game,
it
those games.
was it was and then listen, for all the people that already know me, you guys already know how I feel about banana ball and all that. This was
No,
10 times better. This was 10 times better. I'm telling you
hey,
right now, because it kept to the spirit of baseball, but it still was very entertaining. It was music, like it was like music glaring. They had their own DJ and everything in the field, but it was like on the side, right? So it wasn't impeding. There was social media people and camera people, but they were all on the sides. There was none on the field, nothing like that. And it was. I'm telling you, if it's coming to your town, you gotta go because it was awesome.
um, banana ball. I take no slander. I will say that when banana ball is
I will
happening,
give all the slander. That would be me.
let me just say that the stadiums put some really good banana themed foods for banana ball games. So I
I'm
love
sure, I'm with you. I'm listen. I wish them nothing but success. They are the Globetrotters
boo.
of baseball.
I mean,
That's
yeah,
what they
but
are. You can't argue that. It's the truth.
no, but they're so
Entertaining. I wish them nothing but the best. They have much success, but that's what they are. I
yeah.
will die on that hill. If I have to die alone on it, I'm okay with that. So,
Then you're on your own.
yeah, I'm sure I'm not. I guarantee you that. So,
Yeah.
all right. So let's get started. Let's go into what we do, right, as content creators, right? Because we
Yeah.
not only we do it as a podcast, we do the live show, we also go into various events and we do live interviews and things like that. I do the same thing. My question to you is, what is the like we obviously I have like my simple stuff to like some gear that I take with me. Like, what
Mhm.
do you take with you? Like, what's your gear that you take with you to a ballpark?
My non-negotiables, stuff I don't have to sneak in,
Okay.
stuff that can get out, stuff that I will for sure take. My cell phone fully charged.
It has to.
If my cell phone's not fully charged, it's going to be a bad day and I'm going to throw a fit. So my cell phone fully charged. At least one fully charged battery, extra
Mm-hmm.
battery. I
Yep.
love to take two though. So I'll take between one and two. Both of those are fully charged. Of course, the phone charger. I take a selfie light fully charged. And sometimes I take my mini mics. Sometimes I've been
Mm-hmm.
having like issues with my mini mics. So, but sometimes I'll take my mini mics. So for sure, cell phone, two battery packs, like two extra batteries charged, phone charger, selfie light. That's for sure.
I'm somewhat like that with your what you're doing. So I have and I got a little show and tell here for you. I got my little tripod that I also
That,
use as a handle.
that one's allowed into stadiums?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, this is allowed because this is this small. You know what I mean? It's just handheld, right? It also works as and it's this is the cool part about this. You ready for this? Selfie stick.
Wow.
So and it's a tripod as well.
Yeah.
So
Wow. I'm
so
gonna
it's
need
a
that link.
I'll let you send you the link. It's on Amazon, so it's like $15 for this thing.
Wow. I'm
Also
gonna
has
need that link.
this little so you can take pictures, a little Bluetooth and all that. So
Oh
with
yeah.
yep. So
That's cool.
this is one of the things that I definitely take with me, just because it's small, right? And also it's I can fit it in my carry on bag that I take with me to the ballpark. So this comes with me all the time now.
Okay.
Like you said, I also carry a light with me.
Yep.
Little light. You gotta have a light, especially at the ballparks at night.
Mhm.
Lighting sometimes in the certain sections that we're at, it's the lighting is not the best. So always carry at least one of these, and make sure. By the way, guys, let's make sure that it is charged,
Mhm.
because I've made this mistake where there was like one cell left, and then I was out.
Yeah.
So
Mm-mm.
like
Stadium lights are not always the best lighting.
exactly. I also have my charger. This
Yep.
is my little, battery charger. Gotta have that. Also, I make sure that before I leave the night before, I charge it, and
Mhm.
then, like you, I take my mics with me. But I got these right here,
Yeah.
Ho- my Hollylands. Check this out. I don't know if you've seen these before. I'm sure you have, but this is how big they are.
Yes, I assume they clip to your shirt.
Yep, they
Yep.
clip to a shirt. It comes with a little lanyard if you wanted to. So
Oh wow.
yeah, it's so the sound is so good on those with my little lavalier mics. Those are the things, and obviously a fully charged cell phone. So
Yep.
that's as basic as it comes when I take some gear with me. Like if I have nothing else, that's it. And then of course my wife makes fun of me, but I take my little fanny pack with me.
Um. Yeah, the fanny pack is good. A lot of stadiums are like whatever. Some allow fanny packs, some don't. So I just take my regular
Clear.
stadium, the clear bag,
Yep.
because I've never. The only place I cannot take a clear stadium bag, oh my goodness, is T-Mobile Arena. So far, that's the only.
Really?
Yeah. So I fold it and I put it in my pocket.
Good job.
And then I take it out, but they don't tell me anything when I'm inside the arena, and so it's fine. I'm fine. I also do sneak in my tripod into aviators games. I put it in my pants, and I oops, of course my sister's FaceTiming me. I put my tripod in my freaking pants, and oh my gosh.
This is while we're recording, guys. I hope you guys know this. That if you hear that sound, yes, it is City and Food Girl's sister trying to call her as we are
Oh,
recording. How
sorry.
dare she?
I know, seriously. It's
The
8 o'clock, 8
humanity.
time. I put my tripod in my pants, but there's no metal in it. So when I walk through the metal detector thing, it doesn't go off. Sorry, my conscience is like making me like clear the air here. And so that's why I'm like, well, it's not dangerous because there's no metal in it. And then I take it out and I record it. And I record it, nobody tells me anything. So I'm like, why is it an issue in the first place?
What I'm starting to do now is, and then maybe you'll be able to do this. Why don't you, right before you go to the ballpark, get with their team and see if you
Mhm.
can get a media pass.
So I have done that before. That does work. I
Because
just
if you have a media pass, you're good to go.
Yes. So that was
So
gonna be one of the tips I shared because I have done that before. When I got invited out to go with the El Paso Chihuahuas, I told them I was like, hey, in order for me to shoot like fun content, this is what I have to bring with me. Are you guys cool with it? and they were like, we have to get through security, we have to get you a media pass, and then you have to go in through the employee entrance. But they were super cool about it. So
So there's some rules, but obviously you can definitely, you know,
yeah,
take it with you.
yep,
Uh, see that for me, one of the tips that I would say is like depending on whether or not I can get a media pass, that's how my gear will be determined on what I can and cannot take with me, based
okay.
on that, right? Because I have this tripod with me that actually usually as a stand that I can do to also to do some interviews and things like that. Because
Mhm.
it's about 5 feet tall when it fully extended.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So,
That's a good height.
oh yeah, it's amazing. This thing is awesome.
I'm gonna throw myself under the bus again, yay, and say that I love tall tripods because then it hides the double chin.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I have one here. Um,
So I like it to be tall. So that's actually really
yeah.
nice.
So I'll send you the link to this one as well.
Okay,
Um, I'll put it on the notes as well, guys. Don't worry. But yeah, that's one of the things. Like, it is contingent on whether or not I'm able to get a media pass. By the way, we got to work on that for the minor league baseball championship in Vegas.
yeah, yeah. I'll hit them up for sure. Do you, besides, what teams have you done that with?
With where I take
Me-
media, where I've done the media pass.
Yeah.
I've done Durham. I've
Oh,
done the Columbia Fireflies,
okay.
Jacksonville Jumbo
Okay.
Shrimp. Yeah, so I've done a couple
Oh,
that I've been
nice.
able to get. I was with the Burlington Sock Puppets. I kind of did it, but not really because I know the general manager.
Nice.
Shout out to Anderson. Right, so I was able to bring my stuff with me and able to get on the field during the All Star game and the championship, and that was cool.
I don't do that enough. That's total shame on me. I've only done it a couple of times with the aviators, but I get tired of. I feel bad for always asking, so that's what I do.
Don't feel bad. I mean, listen, at the same time, think about it. You're going to be giving them free promotion of the things that you're doing, right?
Hmm.
You're buying their food, and then all for the most part, and then you're going to be doing content, and then you're going to be promoting their team. So they will always be like, "Sure, bring it." Or you know what I mean? You'll be
Yeah.
surprised more often than not. They'll be like, "Absolutely, let's come on over."
Okay. Yeah, I kind of stopped doing it just because like the reason why I stopped doing it is because then they're always going to get an email from me every time I'm there because I always am shooting content every time I'm
Yeah,
there, and I go to a game at least 3 to 4 times a month. So it's
that's
like
fine. At some point, eventually, they're going to be like, "Here, just here's your media pads. Just come in." You know what I
I,
mean?
I hope. I am going to Reno this. I'm going to a few ballparks actually, but so I need to come up with a script and just shoot it off and see how many no's I get so that I can get my crying done sooner.
There you go. So, I'm going to be going for at least one more time to the Carolina Mudcats. So I'm going to definitely take some stuff with me so I can record some other stuff there, right? It's the last year that they're going to be there. So I definitely gotta, you know, do some content there.
When you and Mr. Paul Caputo went to Fall League, did you guys do that or you just took your
Yeah,
mini?
I took stuff with me.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I did too, but they actually didn't tell me anything. So
I took my lavaliers with me that I ended up, we walked the whole concourse and did a whole interview with our
that
lavaliers and
was a fun
everything.
episode.
Yep. So
That was
that was
fun.
the episode where the general manager told us that what she was trying to tell us what a dad hat was. I'm like,
Oh,
lady, my name is Dad Hat. Stop it.
the laugh.
Really? So, but yeah,
Hmm.
I
Okay.
definitely recommend getting a media pass for sure.
Yeah, I do need one. I do need one at this point. Cool. So my next question is when you are using, would you say the phone is like your main camera? You don't
Yep.
have another camera as of right now.
Nope.
As of yet. I know
As
before
of
this
yet.
episode, we were looking at cameras. We'll drop that in the description, a few of the links that I've seen. Less
Yep.
than $200. I know like the camera that I want, I don't even know how many zeros it has, but
Yep.
obviously I don't even know how to use it. I'm just like, well, that's what the pros are using, so now I want one, but we'll drop
There
in
is
the
one that I want. It's a little bit pricier though. The one I showed you today. I sent you that one
Oh yes, yeah.
because it's AI, right? Also built into the camera. It's an action camera. It can take both photos and video. So I'm very intrigued about it, and it comes with a full handheld case on it. In case you know, because it's meant for adventures and stuff like that. And I'm like the clumsiest person when it comes to things like that, so I need
Hmm.
extra protection. So that
Yeah.
was one of the things that I was intrigued about. The
Yeah.
Insta 360 is called.
Yeah, we'll drop a few links, but
Absolutely.
for the time being until I like do more research and I feel confident about which
Hmm.
camera I'm going to get, my biggest and my favorite tip is when you are recording, this is
Mm.
for iPhone users specifically, when you go to video up at the top right where it says HD 30,
Yeah,
hit that HD to 4K mode, and then instead of 30, it's put it to 60. So 4K 60. I will preface this by saying that this does take up more storage on your
it
phone
does,
recording this way. So you're gonna have to delete as you go,
which I
or
do.
delete when you're done, you know. But that 60 frames per second makes such a huge difference.
And the quality of the video is just so much crisper.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Obviously you want to use, like, if you have a chance, you want to use the back facing camera just because that will give you the best quality shot. But
Mhm.
if you're like you're only going solo, yeah, absolutely use the one that, the selfie one, so that way you get able to guess one. But I do that. You know what, another tip on that I learned when I would, because I actually took a class at Apple store.
Oh, nice.
Do the grid.
You know what? Really? Like that
Yes,
actually works? Okay.
the grid works. Obviously, you don't get to see it, but it's for you, so you're able to place yourself in that grid, and it helps.
What does the grid do? It just makes sure that everything's even?
Everything is even. So, like, if you want to stay on the left, on the right, or if you want to be center, it puts you in the center, and it's like right where it's supposed to be. Like, the grid helps you, get you a little bit of better positioning on the framing on the video.
Okay. Okay, I'll have to turn that on.
Ever since that they told me about that, I'm like, yep, it's on. So
Okay. Bet.
yeah, it's pretty cool though. I like it. It's a cool one.
Okay.
So see, just learning some new things here.
The grid for sure.
It's
Um
cool though.
yeah, I feel like it looks more legit. I feel like it makes you look more legit.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I'm not gonna lie, most times when I am recording, I still don't know what I'm doing. I think as long as my camera is recording and I've got that 4K 60 mode on, then I kind of just wing it and go from there.
Yeah,
I
the
will
60
say
frames per
though,
second.
huh?
The 60 frames per second.
Yeah.
Yep.
I will say though, the important part is capturing as much as you can on camera because when it comes to editing it, I
Oh,
think the worst part is wishing you had
you
everything.
had more.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm. Mhm.
I've learned that lesson so many times. Like,
Yeah.
I'm to the point now, like, where I overtake pictures and I overtake videos, but then again I'm like, no, I think I need it, just because you never know. Even if you don't end up using it and you don't think it's going to be good, you never
Mhm.
know. Like, when it comes to editing, you'll be like, I, I wish I had that picture, you know.
Yep. Mhm.
So,
Which takes me to I guess our next phase in the or part in this conversation is the software that we use.
oh yeah,
And I'm a
we both
huge
agreed we're both fans of the same one.
yes, because I actually was using one. It's kind of janky. It's called Video Shop.
Yep.
It was okay, but I feel like it's really good for like beginners
Yep.
because when I went from Video Shop to CapCut, I remember thinking, I absolutely hate this. I did not go to school for film or whatever. I'm going back to Video Shop. And then I realized that all the content creators that I like look up to and follow and whatnot all use CapCut. So I was like, you know what? Let me just learn it.
And it's so easy though.
Oh, now it is. Yeah.
Like, right,
Yeah.
because I like to do the transitions. I like to use the um at the end, and then I also like to put my logo at the top as well. So like every on my videos, you see my that DHC logo. So all these little things. You can do transitions on with video, with music. So there's a lot of things that you can use. You can use the free version. I bought the I do
Yeah.
the paid version
Mhm.
just because it gives you a little bit more.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely worth it. I was actually talking to a friend of ours, Kelly, of Minor League Nerd.
Shout out minor league nerd.
Yeah, you guys got to follow them, man. I'm telling you, Kelly and Christina, they do an absolute wonderful job. So I was talking to Kelly, and I was telling him that like about CapCut, and because I have a Mac as well at home, and I used to use GarageBand and all that, but I'm like, ever since I've been using CapCut, it's been like for all of my videos, it's been the best thing ever.
Can I just say the only thing that sucks about CapCut is
Yes.
that it's owned by the same people who own TikTok. So when TikTok is banned,
I,
CapCut gets banned,
yep,
and it's miserable.
it
Like,
is.
if you're gonna take it away from me, just take it away from me so I can learn iMovie at this point.
I feel like iMovie is very basic,
Yeah.
very basic.
Yeah. No, I agree.
But if
But
you if you're someone who is starting, which that's when I
mhm,
started with iMovie, and it was great. I loved it because it was like the first thing that I started using editing, with transitions, with like the intros and outros and cutting and all that. I was
mhm.
doing I was doing iMovie. But ever
Uh,
since CapCut came in the game,
oh
forget
yeah.
it.
I will say CapCut is definitely one of my favorites. But if CapCut does end up going away, do you have a backup? I know Instagram edits just came out,
Yep.
and I did see that they were still going to add more features, and I was like, thank goodness, because this kind of sucks. But do you have your backup
I have that one, but I also
edit?
have another one called Captions.
Okay.
With Captions, it's cool because and that's the one I've been using to do all of my closed captions for all of my videos. It's really good. It's very intuitive, and it actually does all that. The cool thing about it is it does is automatic trim for you.
Okay.
So it trims out all the stuff that you don't need, all the long periods of silence and all that, and then you can adjust it, but it gives you a suggestion on it. So Captions is a cool one if you want to use that. Yeah, that's a cool one.
Okay. Cool. Captions, I'll keep that in mind. What are your top 3 favorite features with CapCut? Like, features that you will almost pay for if they were not included in the everything and paying for everything.
Oh man, that's good.
I have mine.
All right. What are yours? Because I got to think about this one.
I think I'm gonna be a little I'm throwing myself under the bus here again, but yay. I love the retouch. I love the retouch part
Yep, I
because
like that.
sometimes okay, my favorite one is the one where you get to you choose your makeup. So like sometimes, and it doesn't like do a face of makeup for you. It just changes your skin tone. So sometimes I feel like my skin tone looks brighter than it almost looks uneven. Sometimes when I'm in a lot of light. Sometimes I've got the selfie light on. Sometimes I don't. So I just feel like it makes my skin tone look different in so many clips, and it almost just looks off.
Yep,
So I'll do the where is it? It's on retouch and then you
yep.
go to skin tone. And
I
so
do that
this is
one
like
because of like if you can see right here,
uh-huh.
it's red always. So
Okay.
I do retouch on that one on the
Okay, yep.
eyes.
So skin tone is definitely my favorite. Shout out warm yellow. Voiceover. Voiceover is one that I just cannot live without.
See, that one I haven't used yet. I gotta get back. I gotta get into that one. But listen, I just got into doing a lot more green screen thanks to
Oh,
you, right? But that's
green
not
screen.
a feature for CapCut. That's a feature for edits or Instagram
Or
uh,
TikTok.
or TikTok.
I use my green screen on TikTok and then I'll post it on TikTok and then I'll post it to Instagram.
See, I do the opposite.
Really?
Yeah,
I figured there's more people on TikTok, so if my stuff is gonna go viral on TikTok, I would hope that they follow me on Instagram.
I
I
got you.
still love Instagram more than TikTok though.
We gotta talk about that, like the apps that we use, but we'll get into that. I like when it comes to transitions. There's a couple of transitions that are on the paid version that I like to use when I'm making my videos. Those are good ones. I also what I like to do, and when I use on my CapCut, is, let me see. I'm looking for it right now. Is the overlay we were just talking about.
Overlay is so good. That I'm stealing that one as my number 3.
Isn't it wonderful? Like when you're using overlay,
It's almost like 2 videos in one.
you can do videos, you can do pictures, you can do
Yeah.
your logo, all of that
Mhm.
stuff. It
One
is
one of my favorite tricks that I ever, or one of the things that really taught me the value of overlay, actually, an account. His name is forkingaround.tv. Shout out Daniel, content creator based out of Orange County. He does overlay a lot where he's eating in his car, but when he's eating and he's talking to the camera, he'll be like, just got to Taco Bell trying this brand new item, and instead of talking to you for 20 seconds telling you what he just did, while he's talking, he's overlaying the front of the restaurant, walking up and ordering the food, showing the food. And then once that's done, it's like those parts will stop, and then it's back to him talking again. And it's like, oh shoot, like it's not a voiceover, it's just 2 different videos in one. And I
Yep.
love that.
Yep. And it works so well. Transitions really work with that one as well. Like you got to
Hmm.
put some transitions in between videos or pictures, so that way it doesn't give you the hard stop and hard beginning.
Hmm.
Those are one of the things that bothered me when I was doing iMovie. It was like that. So I'm like, I'm so happy with the transitions with CapCut, because I'm able to just like do a soft transition, or like video, moving into another one. So
Hmm.
those are the things that I like about CapCut. I'm telling you, it's voice adjustment.
Hmm.
Absolutely love it.
Are you talking about the noise reducer? Because that's what I use.
Yes.
I don't use my mini mics all the time.
Yep.
People will ask me, "What mics are you using?" And I'm like, "I'm not using any mics. I just hit noise reducer in CapCut."
Yep. And then remove all that noise that you don't necessarily like want to hear.
Hmm.
Absolutely, one hundred
I
percent.
just I just posted a video, for example, last week I posted a video of me eating a baked potato at Allegiant Stadium, and I feel like it sounds like I'm using a mic, but that is 100% no microphone, all noise reducer.
Really,
Hmm.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. So yeah, as far as editing for video, CapCut all day. I will use that first. I will use, like I said, I use the edits. That is a new app from Instagram.
Hmm.
I've been using it just here and there, just so I could get used to it, just in case, because you never know. CapCut could be here today and tomorrow it'll be gone. You know how this
I'll be
goes,
super frustrated. Yep.
right? It's one of the best. Obviously, listen, they're not paying us. They can
Mm-mm.
if they want to. I'm totally okay with this, but for the money, even for the free version of CapCut, it's
Yep.
absolutely wonderful. Absolutely.
Yeah, I will say after the ban and then it came back, the price went up, so that was kind of annoying. I think it was like 12.95 a month, and now it's what, 20 bucks a
I
month.
was annoyed as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got the pro, so I remember that. So
And so, um, question, in
yes.
regards to app, I just started paying for the blue check mark on Instagram, and
Oh, is that so?
yeah, I recommend it. I
How much
recommend
is
it
it?
because it's 15 a month.
Okay. Why did you decide to go with the blue check?
I recommend it because one, I feel like it gives more credibility to your page.
Okay.
One. Two, I feel like with the blue check mark, if there's someone that's trying to make like a fake page of yours, they probably won't pay the 15 a month. And so, I mean, you have to be up there in followers. Oh no, I feel like if you really have somebody out there who just wants to make a fake page of you and copy you and whatever, they'll do it. It doesn't matter how many followers you have. But I feel like the blue check mark just adds more like legitimacy to your page. But my favorite part of all of it is that if somebody tries to hack into your page, you have your own your own person, your own customer service agent rep
Mhm.
So imagine having to start the dad hat all over again. How
Oh,
devastating would that be? Yeah.
that
With
would
nothing
suck.
safe. Yeah. So I recommend it. I like it. I've had it for 2 months already. I think they're running a promotion where the first month is only $1. So
Mhm. Oh, I've got to think about it. 'Cause I was doing the Twitter one
mm-hmm.
check, but I stopped doing it for other reasons. But the reason why I was doing it is because I was able to go live on the with the Dead Hat Chronicles Sports Show. By the way, Tuesday and Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Um, Check it out. It's on YouTube, also on Facebook. But I was doing it for that. But then I found that I was not getting as many followers or views as
You
if
would have liked.
yeah, exactly. So I was like, it's not worth it. You
Right.
know, it wasn't worth paying. I think it was like same amount. I think it was like $15 or something like that. For that. Oh, but you could also they give you a bundle if you wanted to buy for the year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if Meta does that with Instagram.
Mm. Yeah.
So.
I haven't looked into that, but I like it. I just feel like it's like the last touch of your page is legit, you know?
Hmm. Yeah.
And so, but I mean, 15 a month is like, I know
It's
some friends that can write it off, and like I'm not writing it off. So it's like it's almost like I tell myself it's an investment. So
and that's what it is. Like you gotta accept the fact that's like, all right, this is an investment into what you want to do full time in the future. That's what
hmm
it is.
yeah.
Um, all right, guys. I hope you guys liked that episode. Now make sure you come back next week, okay? Because I'm gonna release part 2. We're not done. We're talking social media. We're talking a little bit of extra content and some do's and don'ts that we've done. Most of them actually we're guilty of. So make sure you come back. We will do part 2 next week. And until then, go out there, support the minor leagues, and then you know what? Go play some baseball, okay? See you guys in the next one.